Coach, great to have you here on the website talking some high school soccer as you're really starting to get into gear. Got your second region game coming up tomorrow, and it's a big one. South Aiken, who's very good. But first, I want to ask you about the Capital City Cup, which you guys won. For those that don't know, a terrific preseason soccer tournament with most of the great teams in the Midlands area. Just talk a little bit about how your kids played on the way to that win.
Rich, we had the Capital City Cup. It was the first year, and us and Cardinal Newman and BC and Chapin quad hosted it. We had teams from all over the Midlands and all over the state that participated in it, and it was extremely competitive, and I think everybody had a good time. We ended up playing 5 games in 6 days. Played Thursday, had Friday off, and a couple games Saturday, a game Sunday. So, it was really 5 games in 4 days, and it was very competitive. We played Malden in the finals, beat a very good Malden team. Just so proud of the boys. I feel like we really mentally and physically kind of wore down a little bit and regrouped over the next week, played a tough Dutch Fork team, beat them 3-2, and then just the other night with North Augusta, actually got scored on first, and then ended up winning 5-1. So I think we maybe took a little step back or two after the tournament, but we were at such a high there, wasn't unusual, and now I hope we can regroup and have it together for South Aiken tomorrow night.
This being the third year here at River Bluff for the soccer program, the first 2 years you make the upper state final, then last year the lower state final. You have 12 seniors on this team, and how many juniors?
We have 12 seniors, 9 juniors, and then 2 sophomores.
So this is a team that obviously you're expecting a lot out of. Give me a progress report for where they stand right now per your expectations.
My expectations are about the same every year. They're very high. You're gonna have to have effort and attitude every single day. I expect there to be great leadership. I don't want there to be any lapses in those areas. And to this point, I think we really built through the Capital City Cup. But like I said before, I think we've taken a couple of small steps backwards. I'm disappointed in that. I think we lost our focus a little bit. I think we lost the chip on our shoulder a little bit, and we better get back quick, because with the schedule we're getting ready to play, there'll be no room for error in those facets
Coach,
of our lives.
I know kids are kids no matter how good of leaders they are. They can be, at least they can be kids. And you're ranked number 9 in the country, which is heady stuff, and there's a lot of expectations, and you've won the Capital City Cup. Is that part of it? You kind of let some of these guys know that this isn't the be all end all. We got a lot of soccer left to play.
Yeah, we're just at the start line. The finish line is way down the road, and if we start being unfocused or maybe not taking an opponent as a little lightly or not being as ready to play as we need to be, then those are habits that you can't afford to have, and we're doing everything we can. We've got the potential to have great leadership, but right now it's not where it needs to be.
There's lots of players we could talk about, but just want to ask you about one today, and he's our CC's Pizza River Bluff Athlete of the Week, Hampton Scott, MVP of the Capital City Cup. Tell us a little bit about him and what he brings to your team.
Well, we had a lot of players play very well in that Capital City Cup, but none were bigger than Hampton. He's one of those guys that the bigger the moment, the more you can expect him to show up. And he doesn't just show up in the big moments, but he has a tendency to be that guy that gets the assist or gets the big goal when your team needs it the most. And Hampton did that in the Capital City Cup. Those last few games, 2 in the semis to really get us going, big goal in the finals, and he was probably, if you got a 6-man in basketball, everybody knows what that is. He was our 12th man on this team last year. He could play any position. I'd bring in, he'd be the first guy off the bench. He would always give us a lift. This year he's starting on a regular basis and is still lifting this team in big ways every day.
All right, Coach, tomorrow evening, you have South Aiken coming in here.
Coming here at 7:15.
Kickoff at 7:15. Big game, River Bluff Soccer. Coach Phil Savitz, the Hall of Famer. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.